So today's video is just talking to you at a top level about document libraries in SharePoint. So what we're going to look at initially is what they look like and what the default libraries are and what libraries can do when you set settings on them, and then how to create new libraries, and also some of the features that you've got with libraries. Now, a lot of people ask what's the difference between a library and a folder, and that's a library has a lot more features than just a folder because it does allow the use of metadata or tags as we know them, so that you can tag documents automatically with something like correspondence or marketing or reports. And when you tag files in a document library, or even when you're creating in Word, those tags will appear up the top, or Excel or PowerPoint. It makes it very easy to find files by categorization. But I'm creating a different video on metadata tags. So what I'm going to do, what we're going to look at is document libraries now. So I'm going into one of my sites, and if I have a look over here, now your navigation bar, or quick launch bar as it's known, this is specific to the site that you're sitting on as opposed to globally across the sites that you have access to. Yours might look a little bit different. Your IT department, or in fact you, if you have access to be able to do that, this might look a little bit different, but this is the default look of the quick launch bar. So if I click on documents, that is a document library, and you can see I have 2 folders in there. And of course, once I'm in a document library, I can create a new folder, any of the Microsoft Office products and the rest. Or I can upload files, folders and templates, and I can do a number of different things up here as well. But let's go back to document libraries. Now, if I want to see what the site contents are, in my case, because I'm just sitting with a default navigation bar, you might have site contents here. But if I go to the cogwheel over here, up here, my settings button, I can ask to look at site contents, and this will take me directly into how many document libraries I've got, and in this case I've also got a page library. So by default, these are the default libraries that you get, and of course in some cases I've got, in this case, 5 assets and 5 items in my documents library, and I've got 1 page. So if I pop into the page library, you can see I've got 1 ASPX, which is my home page, but of course you can always create new pages from within as well. I'm going to go back to site contents and just show you how you can create a new library, and also how you can rename existing libraries. Now, if I click on the vertical ellipsis here, it obviously is giving me the tip to say show actions. I've got 2 things I can do. I can read the details about this library, so if I look at that, it tells me all about the library. Okay. But if I choose the first option called settings, this is where you can set lots of settings. Now I'm just going to change the name here. I'm going to cover versioning settings in a separate video. I'm also going to cover metadata navigation settings in a different video, and how you can set permissions in the library in a different video. So this is where you can set the settings, but in this case I'm just going to change the name. So I click on list name, description and navigation, and look, I'll just type main document, and in this case I won't type a description. And do you want to still display it on the quick launch? Yes, so that will update as soon as I click on save. Very simple. And there it is, main documents. Now I need to go back to the cogwheel and come down to, notice this changes because I'm already sitting on an area, so it's giving me a slightly different list or menu, but that's okay, you can always get to site contents. So I'm going to go back to site contents. So as I said, on the default libraries, you can only do two things: change the settings, which is powerful, and look at the details. And that's the same for all of these. But if I create, now that I'm sitting here, now you have to be sitting here, you can't be sitting in a library, you've got to be sitting out here at the site contents. I can here create a new list library, page, document library, or an app. So if I want to create a document library, it's just going to say, what are you creating? And I could just say our conferences or something. Yes, I'd like to show the site navigation and create. Now also, we can edit this and just, move things around a little bit, drag and drop, but I'm just going to leave it like that for the time being. So document libraries are really, really powerful. Look up the video that I'm going to create, and it's going to be called meta tags, and so you can understand the power of that. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks very much for watching.